A nighttime curfew in downtown Los Angeles is underway, but it has failed to stop hundreds of protesters from taking to the streets, and police are already making arrests. The mayor said she introduced the curfew to stop vandalism after 23 businesses were looted last night. It comes after President Trump sent in hundreds of US Marines to bolster thousands of National Guard troops in what Trump's critics consider a complete overreaction and incitement. Overnight in Los Angeles, more than 100 people were arrested before the crowds dispersed. The mayor moving today to prevent a repeat tonight.
I have declared a local emergency and issued a curfew for downtown Los Angeles to stop the vandalism, to stop the looting.
It'll be in place for several days and comes as President Trump sends in soldiers trained in war to support police trained in de-escalation.
Peaceful protest!
The protesters still angry about the raids by ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, who, on the orders of the president, detained people suspected of being in LA illegally.
I'm the son of illegal immigrants. I came here when I was an illegal, when I was 1 year old. I was illegal in this country for a very long time. My parents did the whole, process. We became citizens and everything. I just believe that it's not fair for people not to get that opportunity. And I don't think deploying military out here is a good idea. I think it's just making it more chaotic.
A convoy of 700 Marines, active US troops, now deployed on top of an extra 2,000 federalised National Guard.
If we didn't send in the National Guard quickly, right now, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground.
Reporters pressed Trump on whether he would invoke the Insurrection Act, allowing US troops to essentially police the American people.
If there's an insurrection, I would certainly invoke it. We'll see, but I can tell you last night was terrible. The night before that was terrible.
But those on the ground insist the unrest is localised and only inflamed by Trump's forces. In this one street, demonstrators sat down so they weren't pushed back by LAPD. Determined to enact their right to protest.
I just can't stand this. My parents literally have been here their whole lives. They work hard. They now got the opportunity to be U.S. citizens, but that does not mean I turn my back and don't act like they came here illegally. They did come here illegally and they worked hard.
California's governor upping his fight with the president online, saying he supports immigration enforcement, but this crackdown is not targeting those with serious criminal records.
A U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant, was arrested. A 4-year-old girl taken. Families separated. Friends, quite literally, disappearing. Federal agents detaining people and undermining their due process rights.
The White House's military response is set to cost more than 220 million New Zealand dollars and last at least 2 months.
We stated very publicly that it's 60 days. Because we want to ensure that those rioters, looters, and thugs on the other side assaulting our police officers know that we're not going anywhere. We're here to maintain the peace on behalf of law enforcement officers in Los Angeles, which Gavin Newsom won't do.
But while the president thinks he's stopping the protests in LA, they're popping up elsewhere, on the East Coast in New York and down south to Texas, with demonstrators in Dallas and the state capital Austin hit by tear gas and more than a dozen arrested.
Oh, that sucked. I just got tear gas.
In his second term, the president has consistently declared emergencies in order to bypass Congress. In April, declaring an economic emergency enabled him to announce his new tariffs. And this latest move was well signposted during the campaign.
And one of the other things I'll do, because, you're supposed to not be involved in that. You just have to be asked by the governor or the mayor to come in. The next time, I'm not waiting.
And Trump hasn't waited this time, never mind the cost or the backlash.